sampling and shit. 500,000 followers. Max Solon's brother cheated on her, and she iced him out.
Go for more.
Look.
Check it out. Check it.
Doing with that big-headed freak.
With her, he...
All right, let's dive into the story of Incoming. Picture this. You're about to see some clip from the movie, and I'll guide you through the story as you watch. So, grab some popcorn and let's get started. So the movie kicks off with a bang. Literally. We meet 4 freshmen: Mia, Ryan, Sophie, and Luke. They're all a bit nervous. You know, typical freshman stuff. They're gearing up for their very first high school party. And it's not just any party. It's the kind of party that legends are made of. Rumor has it, this is the one where the upperclassmen make or break your reputation. So you can imagine, the stakes are high. Mia is our first focus. She's standing in front of her closet, tossing clothes everywhere. She's freaking out because, well, what do you wear to your first high school party, right? Her best friend Sophie is on a video call, trying to calm her down, but she's just as anxious. Sophie is the kind of friend who's always cool and collected, but even she's feeling the pressure. They talk about everything, what to wear, what to say, and of course the big question, will they drink? Mia is not so sure. She's heard all kinds of stories, and she's not really into the whole scene. Sophie, on the other hand, thinks it's a rite of passage. Then we switch to Ryan. He's in his room practicing his cool face in the mirror. He's got this whole plan to impress a girl named Jessica. By the way, doesn't even know he exists yet. His little brother teases him, calling him a loser, but Ryan brushes it off. He's got his eyes on the prize. He's determined tonight will be his night. And then there's Luke. Luke is the wild card. He's the kind of guy who's always up for anything. He's already texting everyone, hyping them up, saying how this party is going to be lit. But deep down, even Luke is nervous. He's got a secret. He's never been to a party either. So he's putting on this big act to cover up his nerves. Fast forward, and it's party time. The gang arrives at this huge house, music blasting, lights flashing. It's like something straight out of a teen movie. They walk in, and immediately you can feel the tension. Everyone's trying to act like they belong, but it's obvious they're way out of their depth. Mia spots a group of popular girls and decides to steer clear. Sophie, though, she's braver. She pulls Mia into the crowd, trying to mingle. That's when they run into Jessica. Now, Jessica's not just any girl. She's the queen bee. And guess who shows up right at that moment? Ryan. He awkwardly tries to introduce himself, but it's a train wreck. Jessica barely notices him, and he's left standing there, red-faced. Meanwhile, Luke is having the time of his life, at least on the surface. He's playing beer pong, cracking jokes, and everyone's loving him. But then he drinks a little too much. And when I say a little, I mean a lot. Before you know it, he's on the floor, and people are laughing, but not with him, at him.
Hey there, fellow. I hope you're enjoying this video so far. I wanted to take a quick moment to ask you what you think of this video so far. If you're liking it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, now's the perfect time to do it. By subscribing, you'll stay up to date on all my latest videos and updates, and you'll get to see even more awesome content. So what are you waiting for? Like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.
It's brutal. Mia's trying to keep her cool. She's in a corner with Sophie, who's found herself a drink, and she's clearly getting tipsy. Mia's not sure what to do. She wants to fit in, but this just isn't her scene. Then, out of nowhere, this guy named Max shows up. He's older, a junior maybe, and he starts talking to Mia. And he's smooth. Too smooth. He offers her a drink, but Mia's hesitant. She remembers all the stories, all the warnings, and she politely declines. Max doesn't push, but you can tell he's disappointed. Now Sophie's getting bolder with every sip. She drags Mia to the dance floor, and just as they start dancing, the music cuts out. There's a commotion by the door. Ryan's gotten into some kind of argument. Apparently he tried to stand up for Luke, who's still on the floor, and it didn't go well. Some senior, a real jerk, started mocking Luke, and Ryan couldn't take it. stood up to him, but let's just say it didn't go as planned. Ryan's looking a bit worse for wear, but then something surprising happened. Jessica steps in. She tells the senior to back off, that he's being a jerk. Ryan looks at her, stunned. Maybe this night isn't a total disaster after all. The party continues and things are starting to get wild. People are jumping into the pool, and someone even brought a dog. It's chaos, but the fun kind, you know? Except for Mia. She's still not feeling it. She sneaks away to a quieter spot, needing a moment to breathe. And guess who finds her? Bax. He tries to charm her again, and this time he's more persistent. But Mia holds her ground. She tells him she's not interested, and he finally gets the message. Meanwhile, Sophie's still on the dance floor, and she's caught the eye of some other guy. He's a senior too, but he seems nicer. They're laughing, dancing, and you can see Sophie's having the time of her life. But as the night goes on, things start to change. She gets a bit too drunk and begins feeling sick. That's when Mia steps in. She finds Sophie and decides it's time to go. She's had enough of this crazy party, and she just wants to get her friend home safe. But getting out isn't as easy as they thought. They have to find Ryan and Luke. They're searching through the house, and it's like a maze. Finally, they spot Ryan, who's trying to help Luke up. Luke's still out of it, muttering nonsense. But Ryan, he's not giving up. He's determined to get his friend out of there. They all team up, and it's like a mini adventure within the party. Dodging dancing couples, stepping over spilled drinks, they make their way to the door. They finally stumble out into the cool night air, and it feels like a breath of fresh air, literally and metaphorically. They did it. They survived their first high school party. They may not have been the life of the party, but they made it through. And as they walk away, Mia looks back at the house, the noise still thumping, the lights still flashing, and she smiles. It wasn't what she expected, but maybe that's okay. Maybe it was even better. And there they are, our four heroes of the night, walking down the street, away from the chaos, towards whatever comes next. They've got a long way to go, but they've got each other. And that's more than enough. So that's how their night ends. Tired, a bit drunk, definitely closer than they were before. They may have walked into that party as freshmen, but they're walking out as something more. Maybe not yet sophomores, but definitely a little wiser. And isn't that what high school is all about? And that's the story of Incoming. Hope you enjoyed this little journey with Mia, Ryan, Sophie, and Luke as much as I did narrating it for you. Stay tuned for more stories, and remember, every high school legend starts somewhere. Maybe even at a party like this.